Hey everybody, Sunday morning, Easter Sunday, in our year of 1026. This is an impromptu video, unplanned, hadn't planned to do anything today, had not planned to make any videos, but it's a nice day and I decided to step outside, take a little walk, see if there are any little floating aliens in my line of vision. I don't see too many this morning, but I gotta tell you that these flying machines are out this morning in full blast, non-stop, hundreds of them. Don't know if I have to zoom here, all the way out there. In every direction, non-stop, creating this haze. It'll be interesting later on to see if these things start to fall again. Which again, I run into the house, I close the door. Some family members have me down as some type of conspiracy theorist and do not accept what I'm saying. They say, oh, that's just dandelion dandelion seeds. Dandelion seeds have structure, have a central seed, and then the little hairy tentacles which help them blow through the wind. People can't tell the difference between them and these things that are falling from the sky. I got a fair amount of comments yesterday from old subscribers, people who keep an eye on my channel, and one in particular from Denise in Oregon. Hi Denise, I hope everything's going cool for you over there. Not cold, but cool. And Denise was saying that there's a Dr. Deagle, who has been treating the pilots that fly these things through the sky on whatever kind of contract they're on. And of course, since we had the plague back in 2020, and they grounded basically nearly every aircraft in the world. They all flew off to some storage facility, big runway, and they parked them up. These people had a free rein to just grab up all these airplanes, billions of dollars worth of airplanes that weren't being used. The world was shut down, airports were shut down, travel was restricted, nobody was going anywhere, planes were sitting doing nothing. So they took them and they refitted them with all this shit and started flying them all around the world. Now I have a close friend, childhood friend, lives in Florida. We stay in touch. And I remember hearing that Florida had banned these flights from flying over their state. But I was talking to him the other day and he said they're still flying over. They're still dropping all this crap in a beautiful state where you have beautiful sunshine and the summer is coming. It's leaving the same thing, a grey haze up in the sky. And you can see some of them over there, if you can see, remain in a big long straight line from whatever it is that they're dropping. and others spread out into a haze. And I think when they spread out into the haze, they are dropping these furry little things that keep falling on me. Now, like yesterday, I said it's unavoidable. If we think we've avoided them, we're mistaken, because they are everywhere. If you're out walking around, they're going to get in your clothes. They're going to go in your washing machine. They're going to stay in your clothes. I tried to bleach them. They appeared to like it. I tried, you know, those little things look like tennis rackets that there's batteries in them. They give an electric shock to insects. The only insects that I use them on are hornets or big wasps that I can't get out of the house. I'll give them, it doesn't kill them, it gives them a good slap, stuns them. And then after about 10 minutes they get up and they fly off again. They'll remember, don't come back into my house, right? But anyhow, I tried it. I saw a big cluster of more gallons. Let's call them that, because if we start using these words, they'll start banning your videos. More gallons. I was going by my front door and I caught one with the racket, hit the button, electrocuted the friggin' thing, and had no reaction whatsoever to the electricity. Because when you hit a hornet with this thing, not too hard, you see it spark. It sparks, a little tiny little spark. I shocked myself with them a couple of times, and my finger just in the wrong place. And it's a nasty little electric shock that I get on the end of my fingertips. But again, these more gallons seem to not care about being electrically shocked either. They appear to be immune to everything and impervious to any attack you might lay upon them. You know, I'm here 25 years. I used to lie up in my pool and watch the sky all day, sunbathing. And all the aircraft that went over always came from northwest to southeast. And I put that down to flights, a flight corridor, flights to Spain from Northern Europe and Britain, Ireland. Icelandic people like to go to Spain as well. So any of those countries north of me, heading to any of those countries south of me, Italy, Sicily, Spain, Portugal, maybe even Africa, but always in a straight line, over and back in a straight line. But these things are zigzagging in every direction. That's a big long straight trail that one is leaving. But up there you can see they're turning into a hazy dust. So, like I said yesterday, we've been invaded. I'm sure, I doubt whether there is a creature on the earth, human or animal, that doesn't have them inside their system. And yesterday I pointed out that they could be the reason why when you have a thought about something and 10 minutes later you sit down and you open your phone and you start scrolling through YouTube, you're going to be hit with a video on something that you've just been thinking about. And my sister told me that she doesn't believe in anything, right? She said that she was thinking about going to Turkey for a holiday, booking flights to Turkey. And when she got back into the house and got on her phone, she was hit with ads for Turkish holidays. So how does this happen? How are our thoughts being scraped? Now, I said also that these things are conscious. I showed it in that video that I mentioned yesterday called Morgellon Baby Cobra on Red Alert. And you can see this Morgellon sitting on someone's arm, much, much thinner than the width of the hairs on this person's arm. And this little thing was sitting up like a snake with a head like a cobra. And as soon as the dog came into the house and barked, it went on red alert. It jumped up, went apeshit. Why? The dog ain't going to attack it. Did it want to get on the dog? I mean, animals with fur are going to collect these things. They're going to get inside. Why animals also? I mean, are they going to be able to direct the thoughts of the animals as well? Make animals attack, make animals do weird things, go places they wouldn't normally go. Gosh, I don't know. We are living in a world of we don't know, but we know that they're doing it, but we don't know why they're doing it. It's maybe an act of desperation. Maybe they need to reset the world every 200 years or so, because when they reset the world, they plant people like my great-grandparents and your great-grandparents into places. And how many people will still say today that their great-grandparents couldn't read or write? So you're planting people that don't know anything. And then maybe the next generation, a load of Rockefeller books are brought into school with a load of rubbish, and they start an education system and start teaching people bullshit, history, geography, maths, language, sciences, all bogus. And it may take 5 or 6 generations before people start scratching their head, start waking up, going, hold on a minute, there's something not right here. They start investigating it, they start looking, then collectively we do it, and then we share stuff, and then suddenly what do? We find out they've lied to us about everything. The shape of our world is the most important lie, because anyone who believes that they're living in a spinning ball flying through an infinite space vacuum will believe anything. They'll believe that, 5-6 years ago, if you breathe on your granny, you're going to kill her. They'll believe it, and they'll take action, and they'll take action against you for not taking part in it. They've got whatever this satanic thing is, it's smart, it's clever. But when we start to wake up and smell the coffee, then it's time for another reset. They cannot go and run up behind all of us and just blow our heads off. We have to consent to our own demise. You have to roll your own sleeve up and take their intervention. They're not going to tie you down and roll your sleeve up and force you. They don't. That's not the way they operate. And they think it's because of karma. Oh yeah. I mean, have they no clue? But that's the way that this evil, demonic thing thinks. And as long as we consent to our own demise, then no, it's not their fault. We did it. There's one floating by there right now. Don't know if you can see it. A cluster of them. Much less than yesterday. There's the bells. It's 11 o'clock. Maybe it's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. Midday. 13? No. 12. So, haze from some aircraft and straight lines from other aircraft. And it's hard to imagine that these things are going to kill us. Yeah? But they definitely could interfere with our health. There is another video. When you look up, if you ever look up Morgallons, France, there was a town in France absolutely covered with this stuff. It was on every fence, every gatepost, every tree, every shrub. They were just hanging off them. And people were getting sick. We're getting sick. And going to doctors. And doctors are telling them, no, it's a tick bite. And you're paranoid. And but this retired professor who had a lab brought them into his lab, and he analyzed them and said, these are not from this world. They are not biological. They are like nothing that he has ever seen before. And of course, you know, again, you start, the local people around here do not look up and see this. They don't do it. To them, it's just airplanes. They just can't get it. This is not just airplanes. And of course, if you try to talk to them, again, you're labelled as a conspiracy theorist. Anyone who labels you as a conspiracy theorist, your answer is, conspiracy is not a theory. No, and they'll say, well, what is it? Tell them it's a fucking crime. Do you know what it means? It comes from the Latin word conspirare, which means to breathe together. And we all know how illegal that became 5-6 years ago. But courts and law people will say that conspiracy is when 2 or more people get together to plan something criminal. That's a conspiracy. Now, way back, years back, I used to drive up north a lot, Northern Europe. And in Belgium, there was a law where no more than 3 people were allowed to gather at any one place. And there were 5 of us in the car going through Belgium. What's that? Conspiracy? In their eyes, yeah. That's weird, isn't it? There's the bells. I think it's a recording anyway. They're not real bells. They're definitely not the frequencies that used to come from bells that would dispel horrible things. Like maybe that's what the bells were for, to clean the world up from all the horrors that happened after 1812 and that fake character Napoleon and the Napoleonic wars. The War of 1812, as I mentioned to you before, was a was mass destruction. Mass destruction of all the cities in the world, cities in America, Europe, Canada, Alaska, northern Canada, northern Europe, northern Russia, Siberia, Tartaria. You can see I've made videos on it. You can see the damage on the ground done. And then when we got back into the world again, we had the knowledge of how to make these bells, what type of metals you'd use, what type of frequency each one would give off to heal people from the trauma that they had been through. And that's what all these stolen cathedrals and churches were. Stolen by you-know-who and turned into places of collective religious worship, worshipping their constructed characters, biblical, Quranic, Talmudic, and they trapped us that way. And just kept stealing our last few pennies every Sunday in a collection. Richest corporation in the world, world's largest landowner, printers of the dollar, the euro, the pound, that Roman Church empire of people that begin with J and the Jesuits. They stole all these magnificent structures, put fake dates on them, and they are 700 or 800 years old maybe, and or maybe less, I don't know, but used as healing centers. Ripped all the bells out of them, ripped all the organs out of them, and got you to come in and sit in a freezing cold place listening to some pervert tell you how to be good. And it's just a control mechanism. Oh, the trees are blossoming. The leaves are coming out. That's dead. Is it? No, but close enough. So, it's great to be surrounded by trees. Surrounded by, whoops. Hey goat. Hey goat. Looks like the, hey Baphomet, what are you doing looking at me? Anyway, where was I? I don't know. Where am I? I don't know. Oh, didn't see that before. My, it's been a while since I have been walking around, wandering around. That's new. That's some type of frequency emitting tower. Gosh, they're coming in here and they're doing stuff in this countryside. And I'm not telling us. Anyhow, there's nothing you can do about this. These lines in the sky. Nothing. Governments are complicit. That is true. Governments are complicit. Are they doing it? No. They're not interested in anything except you know what, behind closed doors and curtains, weekend nights with little people. That's all they think about all the time. They don't care. But they are complicit. But whoever's doing it is someone that we cannot, we don't know their names. If you know the name of anybody in this world who claims to be something or doing something, that's not the person you're looking for. The billionaires, the oligarchs, the so-called Illuminati, which are Deluminati, so-called elites, which are deletes, and they're in the news every day and they're doing this and doing that. These are not the people that are behind all this. The people that are behind all this are people we don't know. You could go shopping down the street and meet them coming walking towards you. You wouldn't recognize them. You wouldn't know them. So it's a power beyond what we believe to be the governing powers. How long have I been talking for? 26 minutes? My gosh. Anybody who lasts this long into this video is definitely an enthusiast of the world that we live in. Definitely not anyone who's oblivious to the world that we're living in. And anybody who's watching this for the very first time, watching my videos for the very first time, if you last until the end, listen to my boring chat, well, good on you. You may learn something. Tricks are being played on us, and we're just letting it happen. And we're doing nothing about it, but there's nothing we can do about it. I don't even know of anyone who has come up with the locations of these airports where these aircraft all take off from. Now, hundreds of them have gone over. I mean, hundreds of them have gone over. Probably at it all night. At it all day yesterday, all day today. Hundreds, worth tens of billions of dollars. Dropping crap on us, and we're totally, not we, not you and me, but the vast majority of the population, completely oblivious to it all. And as we say, happy as a pig in shit. Yeah, if you don't wake up to this, that's what you are. I'm talking about my listeners and my subscribers because you're all awake to this. But anybody else that happens to come across this, or people who ain't going to ever see anything like this, that's it. You're just happy as a pig in shit. And actually should be left alone. Don't disturb. Do not disturb the sleeping people, you know, because it won't be long attacking you. It's like never awaken a bear or a lion or a tiger if you see it sleeping. You don't waken it, because they turn around and they attack. But those of us that are awake, we never sleep. We're always awake. Even when our eyes are closed at night and we're snoring, we're somewhere learning. So, never sleep. Stay awake. And be very careful who you choose to talk to and to try to waken up. Look at them. One just after the other. You see? Here comes a car. Oh, about 3 or 4 cars pass my house every day. I think that's the first one. Anyway, we're over 30 minutes here. Half an hour, me right wandering around here for half an hour. Look, again, non-stop. Non-stop. Look up here, look, more, non-stop. Boring, isn't it? Is that Zorro? It's dyslexic Zorro. So there you go, people. I'm gonna leave it there. Go and have myself some banana and yogurt for breakfast. And try and keep an eye out for the rest of the day and make sure that I don't get bombarded with invading aliens. My gosh. My gosh. All right, everybody. 31 minutes and 6 seconds. If you've lasted this long, you've done well. Go and make yourself a nice cup of tea and sit down and not worry about this. Nobody gets out of this world alive. Do not fear for anything. Just stay in good health. That's probably the worst thing that can happen to anybody, is that their health would deteriorate. But if you stay in good health, you've got nothing to worry about, because it's an unavoidable discharge of duty to leave this world when your body is finished. So, not just leave this world, but leave this world behind. And if these demons want this world so badly, let them freaking have it. We're out of here. Okay. I'll leave it at that. 32 minutes and 7 seconds, 8, 9, 10. Much love. Love you all.